You know, people always ask me, Sweet Tooth, why the mask? And I tell them, it's 'cause folks are nicer when they don't know where your eyes are looking. Also, it keeps the bugs out.
Please, I don't want any trouble.
Trouble? Buddy, I sell ice cream. Trouble's what happens when you skip dessert. People say the world ended, and I don't think so. I think it's finally stopped lying about what it was.
You're enjoying yourself.
You have no idea.
There's a tournament coming.
Ooh, what's the prize?
You'll have to wait and see, but there is always a prize.
Good. I hate games without winners. Alright, everybody. Who's ready for the fun part? Harold, you're in, right? Come on. You know you're smiling.
And welcome back to Lore on Tap, the podcast where we just spent 2 minutes proving that the clown is not okay.
And somehow is still the most honest guy in the apocalypse.
Craziest part of the whole thing. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Zach.
And tonight we're talking about Twisted Metal, specifically the TV series and how it turned Sweet Tooth from a boss fight
into a walking embodiment of chaos, comedy, and deeply unresolved trauma. We're looking at you, Harold.
We're breaking down the lore, the madness, and why this show works way better than it has any right to.
While drinking things that are literally on fire, which feels like something Sweet Tooth would approve of. Let's be honest. You've already tried surviving without help. You've scavenged. You've compromised. You've told yourself this is as good as it gets. But what if it isn't? At Calypso's, we believe desire is honest. It doesn't hide. It doesn't apologize. You want power? Love? Revenge? Of course you do. We don't ask why. We only ask one question. Are you prepared to live with the outcome? Calypso's Wish Fulfillment Services. You'll get exactly what you asked for.
So, just like in the TV show, we're going to have a chaotic moment. Oh, no, that's my bad now.
No, keep going.
Okay. Well,
the chaotic moment was that I didn't have my mic in place.
This is true. But just like the TV show, you have 30 seconds to start naming off some of our socials that we have to plug in so that people know where to listen, or you're going to blow up inside your car.
I'm not in the
29.
car. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, so you can go to,
25.
I don't even know, Linktree, linktr.ee/Lore Distillery, and that's going to have all of our links in there. You've got TikTok, you've got Instagram, you've got all of the different
15. Do you want your
podcast
wish?
places. I thought I was Calypso in this instance.
You're just wasting time here. 9.
And 8, I think
7,
that's it.
6.
Gmail? Oh, yeah, you can
5,
donate to us on
4,
coffee.
3.
I think that's it.
2.
Linktree/Lore Distillery.
Your wish is granted. Now.
Yeah, so, and
Coffee.
please remember to like, subscribe, review.
Smash that like button and be sure to comment down below, or we will come to your house with Sweet Tooth and make sure that he chops your balls off. That's right, chop your balls, and by the way, I mean your pet dog's baseballs that you have in the backyard, off.
Jesus Christ. Okay. That was a bit extreme there, but we'll roll with it. So we got some crazy things going on in this episode. I have a drink here, and I also have a lighter, and I'm supposed to light this drink on fire and then drink it.
Do it, do it, do it.
Well, just wait on that. Just wait on that. So, just a reminder, Flaming drinks are for adults who either know what they're doing or are not yet intoxicated enough to light it on fire, which I'm there. I will be afterwards because the drink has the potential to light on fire, but at this point, I'm still sober.
Or they're being manipulatively held by the existential power of Calypso.
Oh, that could be happening in this case. I could be held hostage by Calypso. Please help me.
And I have a Santan Brewing Company Juicy Jack IPA.
And the reason that I got it for you is because it looks very apocalyptic, doesn't it?
It does look very apocalyptic.
I just went through Fry's like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, I want, like, where's a clown drink? And the answer was there was no clown drink.
There's no clown drink.
But yeah, so this is just an initial question for you before we get into the drinks and everything else. Do you think that the show, Twisted Metal, that we're talking about today, needed to be a Twisted Metal show? Or do you think it just needed, like, the IPs essentially okay to be insane?
Honestly, man, I think I like it better. I probably would have never watched it if it didn't have the name Twisted Metal. To be fair, there's just so many things out there, but having the name Twisted Metal, I feel like definitely pulled a lot of people our age and our generation into the show without even really knowing what to expect.
The sad part is, and I know I'm going to get criticisms for this, but like, and it's not intentional, but like, I never played the games, and that's mostly because I didn't have, hear me out, I didn't have video games for a long time growing up. And so if I had, I promise you I would have been playing them, but I didn't, unfortunately. And so for me, I just saw Anthony Mackie. I saw the actress from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and we literally talked about her, and I forgot her name again. I'll remember her in a second. But I was like, oh, this looks really good. But like, now that I know about the IP, like, I'm like, oh no, it had to be connected to it. Like, it's just random and insane enough that it works perfectly.
Yeah.
All right. So it's time to talk about this drink. I'm drinking the Sweet Tooth Smile.
His drink is overproof rum, cinnamon citrus,
and a top flame, because subtlety died with civilization. If this drink smiles at you while it's on fire...
No, it didn't. You're projecting. Now drink it.
All right, here goes nothing. Oh my... Oh, God.
Look, the rest of the podcast.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh.
I've never seen you shiver so much before at a shot. Usually you embrace those with full energy. This time you look like you've been defeated.
It was... Oh.
My Juicy Jack IPA is delicious.
There was just a lot going on, honestly. Like... So... Sorry. In all transparency, first of all, I Googled first if you can drink a flaming shot, and it was like, no, don't do it because you'll die, basically. So, I'm not dead, for numerous reasons.
Sounds like your soul.
That's why, you need to be sober to do these things. But I had to add an extra sugar cube in there for the picture, and so it was very sugary. And basically tasted like sugary gasoline, in my opinion. Because I mean, it's like
I think you got like a little tiny shot left in there too.
Yep, I do. There's still a little bit left in there. So this might be a drink that you save for the end of the night. Jesus,
this is
Christ.
a beer that you drink after you win Calypso's Madness and you get your only wish. And my wish would be to drink one of these on the beach.
That's it.
Okay,
that's all you're doing?
I'll add my girlfriend there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, get yourself out of trouble there. Mm-hmm. So moving forward, spoiler warning in case you haven't seen the show. You're going to want to go watch all the episodes and then come back and listen to this podcast because we're going to talk about spoilers. That is your warning. 3, 2, 1, spoilers ahead. So isn't it just absolutely insane though when... What's his face wins?
Dude, what is his... Not Steve. No. What is his name?
I think it's Stu.
Stu is the man.
Stu is the man. So when Stu wins the competition and immediately is just... He's like, because so his wish was, I want to be safe. With
Bro.
Mike, right?
Yep. I was just gonna say that was the saddest part.
Oh my gosh! So he's like, yeah, I want my. So the end of the competition, he's gonna win, and Calypso, who's I don't even know how to describe Calypso. He's just this magic like person that existed since like the 1600s or something, evidently, and he grants wishes, and he gave them the ability to do their wish. And Stu's wish, and Stu's just kind of like the big fat funny guy, was that he just wanted to be away from danger with his friend Mike, and Mike at this point is dead, and so in order to grant his wish, he transports him into space with Mike,
dead body,
who's dead, in just floating around.
Bro,
and it's so brutal.
I knew when he said it too. When it showed him in space, I was like, "Fuck, his dead body's somewhere," and it zooms out, and I was like, "No."
It was brutal.
Okay. My question is, how did he get back to Earth?
I feel like that would
about
be
that, huh?
No, I didn't forget
Okay.
about it. I mean, because he kind of explained it. He was like, yeah, like I did all this like research and math, and like I figured out where I was going to land and stuff like that. So because he'd been there, I assume he'd been there for at least a little bit.
They haven't even said either if they're going to do a season 3.
It's already been confirmed.
Oh, has it been confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay, the last I checked, it wasn't greenlit yet. And I was about to say, that was the biggest cliffhanger to leave it on if they don't.
What was? I don't know. There wasn't really. I mean, there was kind of a cliffhanger.
Dude, his sister was the devil. What's his name? Stu came back from space.
There is season 3, by the way. It's been
greenlit.
It's been greenlit. Yeah.
I mean, I need to see how Quiet and John do.
Stephanie Beatriz, by the way, that's her name.
Ah,
So
yeah,
great actor. On anything she's in.
But, dude, great ending, I think.
Oh, it's just that show is so good, and it's so goofy too. Like, it's not like it doesn't have the greatest like CGI or like effects or anything, and like even like some of the pacing and like just the way it's like filmed, it's like this is kind of goofy, but like it's so good for it. So Twisted Metal was, I believe, PS1, right? Mm-hmm. Or was it PS2?
PS1 to start.
PS1 to start. So it's just a very old game, and it's essentially like you're in arenas and you just fight against other cars.
Yeah.
And like that's all it is. But like there's this lore in the game that is established through like the missions, and it just kind of comes into this incredible story, which is Twisted Metal season 1 and 2 so far. The show. It's and so everyone in it, the actors are all great. Like they've all got these really good backstories. I don't know. I can't sing its praises enough. I had no idea what it was going into it, and it is incredible.
Because you didn't play the video games, right?
I did not.
So you remember how Sweet Tooth got dragged out of the arena, and then he's alive again?
Yeah.
Okay. What I think they're gonna do, because this is coming from playing the video games. In the video game, there's upgraded versions of Sweet Tooth, and he becomes a Dark Tooth.
Jesus Christ.
I believe it was called Dark Tooth. Yeah. And his van looks like that in the future.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I have a feeling something gnarly's going to happen, and he's going to be like 10 times worth.
And he's going to see his dad, right? Like that's where he's being dragged back to his dad's like lair or something.
I think so. I don't honestly know.
It's whatever. It's such a good show.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is about like it's fighting against the people don't have any power, so like it's apocalyptic America, and like you can't go from place to place without there just being like extreme amounts of violence, but there are these giant walls everywhere where all the rich people live, and so where we get from Twisted Metal the introduction of the show to where it is in the game is Calypso is running these this is his first tournament.
Yeah.
And he just is getting people to watch these cars. But again, you should have been gone if you didn't want spoilers. Like he blows up the rich people just to sow discord amongst the people and just to create chaos. So
that's, I think my favorite part is it's just always going to be chaotic. The walls come down and It's gonna be interesting.
I loved the part though when it showed like his origin in, like the 1600s or whatever, and then it's just like him pitching a show to NBC in like the 2000s. That was so good.
I was kind of wondering. I wanted to look in to see if they pitched Twisted Metal back then, and if maybe it got denied.
I don't know. It's
that would
so
be
great
even funnier.
It is.
The other part that I was kind of bummed about though is the sheriff dying in season
that was
one.
in season 1, right?
Yeah, I just like him as a character because like he was in George of the Jungle. He was in a bunch of like the TV shows and movies I'd watch as a kid. But I liked him as a character in Twisted Metal, so I was like, fuck.
It's been a while since I've seen season 1, but he was a bad guy though, right?
He was a bad guy, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, in the video game, everybody's kind of a bad guy. So like,
yeah. I guess that's kind of well, and that's like it even explores like elements of that, which is that like even Quiet and John, who are the main characters, like they're not necessarily like clean as a whistle,
dude. And I mean, that's what makes it hard with like Stu. Like I like Stu, and I knew only like one person was gonna walk out, so like I was kind of conflicted when they all started fighting.
I actually think Stu is probably the best character though. Like
Dude.
not like best as in like I like watching other characters more, but like morally I think he's the best character.
Yeah. Except for killing the cannibal.
I mean, he didn't even want to kill him. He just kind of
Hey, Stu. Yeah, I've been waiting to eat you.
Jesus Christ. Oh, there's cannibals. There's so many things. It's such a good show.
Yeah.
Speaking of good shows, did you hear about Good Ice Cream?
Good ice cream.
Well, let's hear about it in our next commercial.
Hey, kids and adults and emotionally repressed survivors with trust issues. Welcome to Sweet Tooth's Ice Cream Shop, where every flavor is made with love, care, and whatever I found in the ruins. Today's specials include vanilla, chocolate, and the last guy who ran from me, Ripple. Don't worry, it's mostly nuts. Ice cream won't fix your childhood, but it'll make the screaming quieter.
So I know we mostly try to separate the in-universe commercials and the podcast, but like that was really good.
Oh, thank you so much.
So Sweet Tooth, so if you don't know, you should know, is the killer clown on Twisted Metal. He always wears a mask, and he has like the orange hair coming out of each side. So he's played by like this huge Samoan dude.
I was wondering.
But he's voiced by Will Arnett, who's like Lego Batman.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
I wonder if doing the voice covering the
bell
would actually do it better.
Probably, yeah. I'm sure that they do it where he's behind a mask, or they maybe add that like in post.
I did not know that it was the voice and the actor are two separate people.
Two separate people.
Crazy.
I think you can tell occasionally when you're looking at it, like there's just like very subtle like cues off, and that's just, I mean, I think that's going to happen occasionally.
You know what is great with the actor then?
What's that?
His eye language. And that sounds weird, but because he's wearing a mask, if you notice when he's pissed, like his eyes open all the way. Like it's super intense and kind of psychotic looking.
Well, it's kind of funny because he only has one eye in the second season, so he's literally doing all of that with one eye. No, one. He's definitely super good.
Yeah.
A lot of it's communicated with just the body language. So Will Arnett, great voice actor, but the actor who plays him, he does like fantastic as well.
Yeah.
Will Arnett's voice is just it's great. So I think that you did a good job on it. So
thank you so much.
All right. So let's talk about Twisted Metal. So it's comedy, it's violence, and it's day drinking energy. So there is a metaphor to it, which is that Twisted Metal is the apocalypse equivalent of cracking a beer at 11 a.m. and saying, I deserve this.
Dude, I would maybe even consider it a shot at 11 a.m.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Just straight out the gate, just, you know what? I'm drinking a shot.
Yeah. I mean, because everybody in that show is making mistakes, but they still like live and thrive through it. Like basically every main character's backstory is like this whole mess of bad decisions they made, and then like accepting and learning from it, but also kind of like thriving. That's who they are. If that makes sense.
Well, and I think what's kind of clever about the show is that it's not like a lot of other shows. They kind of take like this back step. Every time something bad happens, you have to like analyze it. Whereas like Twisted Metal is very quick. Like a lot of it is happening in a very quick period, and so they don't really have a chance to like think about what's happening to them. And so like that's kind of what I saw in the second season when his sister died. Is you kind of go, well, I didn't really feel like he was very sad about it. And then
there's no time to be.
Yeah, there's no time to be. But you kind of almost feel like jilted in a way where you're just like, oh, like that's kind of a weird reaction. Like, is it just bad acting or whatever? But then it ends up that like, you know, he has kind of like these cathartic moments where like finally, you know, 6 episodes later, he's like, you know, I think I'm essentially ready. Like I can get over this. Not get over it, but like move past it.
Yeah.
And then she comes back, and like all of those things come to the surface again. So it's in a fun way. It's saying, here's all these traumatic experiences for every single character that are just like fun characters.
It's like living in the moment too. You remember when they go to ransack the supply depot and they start banging away on the weapons while the whole room's on fire?
Jesus.
And they're like, we should get out of here. And
no, just to clarify, what do you mean by banging away?
I mean quite literally from the front.
Quiet, literally?
Quiet, literally. Or maybe not so quiet.
Quiet was very loud.
Quiet was loud. But yeah, just that, like, bad decision. They both knew it was a bad decision, but it was a good decision.
Because you got in the Twisted Metal universe, you just kind of got to live, because you're probably going to die in the next moment. So, you know, I think if you're looking at like the real world, a lot of that like humor you see in like people who are like, hey, your life is shitty, but like somehow you're able to be a better or more funny person than like most people are without the trauma that you've experienced.
Yeah. Not
to like put my wife on blast, but she's kind of like that, where it's like, you know, if you talk to her, you know, if you get to know her and you find out all these like things about her, you're like, oh my God, like that's crazy. But then like you would never see it because like she's just really funny, in kind of like a dark way, but also like in a way where you wouldn't really know unless you asked.
Yeah. In kind of looking into the show, but kind of based off that, like, who do you think you compare to the most in the show, character wise?
Stu.
Stu? Okay. Even if you were drunk.
Oh. Even if I was drunk. Yeah, no, I still think Stu, because like his character is very much so like he wants to like. Oh, now I'm thinking about. All right, let's start with you. I'll think about it.
I feel like normal. I'm like John.
Okay.
Like funny, but also not like. I'm bright, but I say dumb things a lot that make me look dumb, and I'll totally accept that. And it's a fun one. Granted, half of this show, or probably 3/4 of this, are bloopers of me saying the wrong shit while reading. So
no, we delete those. Don't worry about it.
But dude, like, you haven't been around me when I've been like drunk, but unfortunately, I feel like I'm like Sweet Tooth. I remember one.
Do you see paper bags and think that they're human?
Well, I just do things because people say I won't do it, and I think I'm invincible. Like, I do remember this one time I was out at you know Bulldog Canyon? Okay, it's near Sycamore, like Salt River area.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we were four-wheeling out there in my friend's old Bronco, like 1980s big lifted Bronco, and drank a bit, and I was like,
don't drink and drive.
Oh, it would be a great idea to backflip off of the Bronco. And they're like, don't do that. And then one of them said, you can't do that. And that was like the
That was the end of it?
Yeah, I was like, I can't, huh? You want to bet? Yeah, and I crawled on top of this hard cover top Bronco. Like, I wish I was kidding, but this thing had to be like 6 feet, 7 feet in the air.
Gosh.
Backflip off of it, belly flopped in the sand, knocked the wind out of myself, passed out in the sand for like a solid half hour because I was also drunk. Yeah, I'm that guy.
But then you got right back up afterwards, right?
After laying down for a bit and knocking the wind out of myself. But yeah, got back up.
No, that's definitely
Sweet
very
tooth.
sweet tooth because like literally in the last episode he gets like smacked against the wall. I think maybe shot. I don't know. He's just definitely hurt.
I think it was a missile.
And then he just he's being dragged and he's just like, "What's up, guys?"
Yeah.
So
That's drunk me.
Okay, all right.
You'll see it one of these days.
This is like a sad, like scary note, but like that's why a lot of people who like drunk drive end up okay after accidents is because the body is very loose, and so they don't get seriously injured because they're not tense. They don't react the way that like a normal human would.
Yeah.
So again, do not drink and drive.
But if you are to get in a car accident, pretend like you're drunk.
Yes. Actually, just let loose and let whatever happen, and typically the results are
Way
much
better.
better. That happened to Kristen, where she got into a pretty bad accident, but she just went limp and she was fine.
Dang.
Her car was like totaled. So yeah. So let's see. I think sober, I'll say Stu. I think sober and drunk, I'm Stu. It's just different versions of him. So,
Like season 1 versus season 2
yeah,
Stu?
yeah, yep, exactly.
Pre-space, post-space Stu?
Well, I would say, what's the part of the show where he like, he kills someone for the first time, or not kills someone for the first time, but what does he do?
No, he kills someone for the first time.
Yeah, and then he becomes like, he's like, yeah, I really like this.
Yeah, he kills
so
someone.
like, I feel like that would be me, where I'm like very like, just kind of like, hey guys, like, yeah, and then all of a sudden like,
I've broken out of my murder shell.
yeah. So when I get drunk, I'm very like, hey, what's up? Like, yeah, I'm so excited. If you hear bumps and stuff, then it's Cash again. He has come up to join us because he just woke up
From his little nap.
Does that mean we should head to our commercial?
I think so.
All right. You survived the apocalypse. Congratulations. So why are you still angry? We'll discuss trauma, control issues, and why you feel the need to dominate every room you enter. And if you lie to me, that's okay. I'll know. Raven's Therapy Clinic, healing one breakdown at a time. Two things. One, I already have a headache because that drink was incredibly alcoholic. Two, it's somewhat ironic that we're doing this episode about primarily a guy named Sweet Tooth when I had a root canal this week and got a crown and now have a temporary tooth for the next 2 weeks.
Sweet Tooth and his sidekick Temporary Tooth because Stu went to space.
Well, also, I think Sweet Tooth was being dragged behind a truck for I don't know how long, so.
He said,
Hey, I'll give you another temporary tooth.
That's such a... You were like, I don't know how to do that, and then you just did it, so it's great. All right.
maybe I'm a giant Samoan guy.
With the voice of Will Arnett?
What's Will Arnett look like? I thought he was the Samoan guy you were talking about.
No, Will Arnett. They're two different voices. We just discussed this.
It's fine. It's fine.
Are you drunk off of your Juicy Jack?
I mean, it's like halfway gone, so.
Okay. So we talked about who we would be, like the drunk and the sober version of us as characters. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about what each of the characters would be as a drink. So I'm going to start out with Sweet Tooth. This one's super easy. He's going to be a flaming shot. So his whole spiel is that, well, I mean, he's Sweet Tooth, but he also lights himself on fire. He just pours gasoline on his head. lights himself on fire, and somehow he's fine. It's actually the biggest like inconsistency or like misunderstanding in the story that I have, which is why he's capable of doing this.
That's why you need to play the video game.
Well, but I don't understand why he's okay, basically, is the long and the short of it.
That's the question, because he's Sweet Tooth.
But then, the other thing is that you have Calypso, who's just like a magic being. So, like, honestly, it doesn't really matter. So,
Yeah.
A shot, the thing with it is it's fun, fast, everyone cheers. However, it's pretty immediately regrettable, which I think pretty much every interaction that anybody has with Sweet Tooth is regrettable.
That's very true.
So, it's a bad idea. You want to do it anyways.
Okay. I'm going to go with John next, with the name John Doe as the most boring name ever. I'm thinking something like a Michelob Ultra, Bud Light,
Super light beer.
Budweiser, the most typical thing you could think of.
Piss water.
Yeah, exactly. Reliable, boring, survives everything. First thing you're going to find in the apocalypse. Don't love it, but it gets the job done.
I agree. He's a good character though. He's just kind of he's the vanilla of all the characters on Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Quiet, on the other hand, is just straight whiskey. Super, like, I don't want to say like
metal.
abrasive, but like she has what she wants to do. There's no mixers. There's no patience. It's just, it needs to hit you hard.
Hit me hung, huh?
Jesus Christ. Needs to hit you harder the longer you sit with it.
Fair. Yeah, I could see that for Quiet.
Yeah.
Especially because of that second season when she's in the lesbian camp.
Lesbian camp?
I'm calling it the lesbian camp. I think there's even a part where they're drinking Jack around a fire.
Yeah. No, she would definitely take. But, so that's what's funny. Okay, so you didn't watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right?
Parts and bits.
Okay. Parts and bits. Okay. All right. Turn that around. Why don't you? So Rosa is her character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and she's just very like, I'm Rosa Diaz. I'm serious. I drink whiskey all the time. But then Stephanie Beatriz, like her real life character, hi guys, what's up? She's super high pitched voice, very girly. She plays the main character in Encanto. I don't know if you know that. She sings. So like just very.
God, you're gonna hate me. What's Encanto?
It's a Disney movie. And there goes his mic. We'll be right back. So during that brief break where we talked about, we fixed his thing. All of a sudden, this fool over here, he's like, I've never heard of that. Never seen Encanto. He starts singing "We Don't Talk About Bruno," which is literally one of the songs from it. So, he's a liar.
I don't recall Ty singing any song like that.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah, this is exactly how this is going down.
Yeah, 100%.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
That's a good voice too. That's incredible.
That's what Trump said too. If we just lose a follower.
No. We'd have to have followers in the first place. All right, go ahead. Who's your next shot or your next drink?
Oh, I would probably say Calypso. And Calypso himself, I'm going with like a super expensive cocktail, like something refined, refreshed, something of the higher palate, because these mere mortals don't understand what it means to be a god.
Yeah, no, and I think that it's the type of drink where you go to a place and you don't get a menu. They just say, do you want a drink? And you say yes, and they bring you out something, and you don't ask what it is, you just drink it. That's Calypso.
Totally. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
I will say that this drink has so much alcohol in it. You can't taste it, of course. You don't know, but it's going to ruin your next morning.
I would say that, or it gives you superpowers to be able to grant anybody's any wish, and you decide to be chaotic with it.
Either way.
Either way.
All right. Let's move on to the next topic here. So, the lore of Twisted Metal is kind of a hangover. So the games are the party, the show is the next morning. So you do all these things, you have this kind of this setup where you're like, oh hey, this stuff is going on, it's fun, it's crazy, and then all of a sudden you get to the next morning, there's all the consequences of your action, which again, the hangover, you have to deal with what's going on in the background. So let's talk about the Twisted Metal games. What does he call them? Does he just say let the games? I don't know what he says.
Yeah, I feel like it's let the games begin, something like that. I mean, from the games, which one do you want to go over? We got the ones where you have to go pick up objects in your car, but there's also like the weird psychopath twin killer things.
Yeah, tell me about the games, because I didn't play them. So like, what are the different things you can do in them?
I mean, for the most part, when you actually play the game, it's just kind of like, remember when they're in the storm and they have the lightning rods and they're just trying to destroy each other's car?
Yeah.
Or when the devil comes and it's Sweet Tooth versus Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. The game's more like that. There wasn't really many mini games. It was just they would throw like 20 cars in a giant arena and the last car alive wins.
How did they make a show out of this?
Dude.
It's wild.
Yeah. But I mean, the campaign in the game was like you'd pick Sweet Tooth or something to be your car and you'd make it through the game brackets, but every game like Calypso comes on and gives you a little lore in the game. And then every character had their own lore. That's where I think they got the inspiration for the show.
As a slight side note, isn't it crazy that like all of the people are like all of the show makers, not all of them, but many of the show makers are starting to realize that like for a good TV show or movie, you shouldn't just copy the game because it makes for pretty awful like media. But if you stay true to essentially like the source material, but then write a good story behind it, it's incredible.
You know, you got a good point, because like, not to get off topic from what we're talking about, but like Halo, I am one of the few people that I do like the Halo TV show, but I will say has nothing to do with the games, nothing to do with the books, nothing to do with like the beginning of the TV show, and that does annoy me.
Well, and that show was pretty unsuccessful. So
yeah.
So and I think that's
stick to like the game concept, but also make your own TV show.
Yeah, you have to make just a good TV show. You can't rely on this nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
And like that's not to say that like, oh, you have bad taste because you liked it, whereas somebody else doesn't. Like I like many shows that everybody else hates.
Yeah.
Like The Acolyte, everyone hates that show. I thought it was amazing because it's something new. It was just different for me, and so I liked it.
Yeah. Halo was that one for like I liked it, but I do get like
the
Master Chief took his helmet off episode 1. Yeah. Bullshit. Master Chief has his sister.
It was episode 1?
Episode 1.
Jesus.
Maybe
Christ.
episode 2, but I feel like it was episode 1.
Continuing on this side tangent, did you hear that like I think is it on Netflix now? Mm-hmm. And it's actually pretty popular on it.
It's super popular. It's not a bad show. If you can get over the fact of playing Halo and enjoy it for being a TV show, it is very well directed and I think a good story. But if you...
It's not Halo, though. That's the problem. And so you can write a good... That's the thing is you have to...
too far off.
You have to take care of your core audience,
Yep.
which is going to be the people that grew up on it. And if you alienate that audience and you say, hey, I get that you liked it for this reason, but we're going to do our own thing, the main people who are interested in it aren't going to appreciate that. And they're just going to leave your show. And that's why I think ultimately like it was a failure, is because they kind of alienated a lot of those people.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal, on the other hand, it's pretty true to the core of that show, which is just it's cars fighting cars.
The great thing with Twisted Metal, that is the core concept, is car fighting cars, and there's not really a story to the game. So when the TV show came out, I was like, how the fuck are they going to make this a TV show? Like, I don't see how this is possible. But they filled in enough of the gaps themselves and kept the true part of it, cars fighting cars, to just be that true.
And there's like, like at least once, maybe every other episode, you're getting like these crazy like car fights. Yeah. Like as cheesy as they may be, they're giving you what the game is essentially.
Yeah. They took a gamble on season 1, I think, with not having Calypso at the beginning and like slowly introducing the characters, and you didn't really have car fights. You had story. And I think that gamble did pay off for the second season.
But I think so like if they had just gone straight into Calypso and like all these
It
things,
wouldn't have worked.
Nobody would have liked it because they would have been like, what is this magic bullshit and like all this stuff.
There wasn't enough lore into it.
And so it would have been very confusing. It would have just been silly. But when you write this really good story to back everything up, then all of a sudden you're invested in it and you're like, I don't mind the silliness. And in fact, I like the silliness of it.
Yep. Yeah. And
so
I think it's a great show. I mean, we got Captain America now in it too.
Oh,
I mean, he's the main character, but
he was always in it. But
Yeah.
but he is now Captain America. So I think that this is kind of like why the show is kind of like a hangover, is because you have that emotional weight just sneaking up on you. You know, you don't really, you're just kind of having fun with it. You see this good story and then all of a sudden you're like invested in. And that's kind of what we were talking about at the beginning, where it's like all of these characters like have these super traumatic like backgrounds, but they're funny while they're doing it.
well, I mean, look at like every task they do. Like, okay, we had the devil children. I don't know what you want to call them, the mutant like guys. You know what I'm talking about when they're hunting everybody in the school.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so we have Axel, the guy who runs off of gasoline.
that guy's crazy.
Okay, but he does help Stu and them when they're trapped in the room.
Well, because he finds out that the girl's his
His
daughter.
Yeah, exactly. So you learn a backstory
Or-
like that.
daughter that he killed the parents of. Anyway.
Yeah, but it builds up, and it's just like drinking, and you get like this nice like emotional connection. Everybody's happy. They're all friends. And then the next day, you have to kill each other.
Crap. I don't know how many times I have gotten drunk. And then, I mean, even that night that, like, remember we went to Phoenix and we got drunk there and, like, we didn't, like, talk about anything that was, like, particularly, like, I feel like there were, like, some good, like, deep, like, friend conversations, but, like, I don't feel like it was anything, like, controversial or anything like that. But then I woke up the next morning and I'm like, did I say something stupid? Like, was it, like, were we talking about, like, crazy, intimate, like, details about our lives? And it was like, no. That's just what happens when you drink, is that you feel a connection, and then the next morning you're like, wait, that connection doesn't exist anymore. but you know, that's kind of the you know, the show is that there's just a lot of emotional weight in it, but it's counterbalanced by a lot of funniness. So
Yeah.
it's not a hangover in a bad way. It's a hangover in a good way. Just that, you know, you have fun, but you got to deal with some of the stuff in it. So
Totally.
yeah, I think that if you want to experience a hangover, watch the show.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like that's selling it. Should we head to our last commercial?
Let's do it.
Are you a scrub who's tired of rules, tired of safety, and tired of hope? Then come on down outside the wall.
We offer no laws, no curfews, and no one pretending things will get better.
Outside the wall, where every day is an adventure and every night is a lesson. Okay, so we have a few more things to cover before the end of this episode. First things first. Would you want Calypso as your bartender?
Nah, bro.
Why not?
If that guy's tricking me with his ultimate prize for winning things, I also feel like he's the bartender who's going to slip something in my drink.
All right, hear me out. I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Is he just a realist that gives people the real version of what their wish is? So Stu wanted safety, right? Mm-hmm. There is no safety in the Twisted Metal world, except for if you create it yourself. So it's all about being like more powerful. So did he in reality give Stu exactly what he wanted?
Okay.
Is he a magician, or is he just...
But then he's just an asshole. Now I got to be like, I want to be safe, but like actually safe, not like stuck in the universe space.
Yeah, you
I
have
want
to
be like on a beach, but not a beach that's isolated, on a beach that's on a city that actually has food and not poisonous food. Like, then he's just a dick.
Okay, so basically, if Calypso's your bartender, if you are super specific... Go ahead.
You know what bartender he is?
Who?
When you go to a bar and they serve you a fancy drink that you ordered and there wasn't any numbers on the menu, so you just ordered something that sounded good, and they give you the bill and it says it's $150, and you're like, you tricked me, you dick. He's that bartender.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a good drink though, right?
I don't know. It just tastes like alcohol because it was $150.
Yeah, well, they used the most expensive
I was
alcohol
gonna say,
that they
if they
could.
didn't taste like alcohol and it was $150, I'd be even more pissed.
So, is Calypso evil, or is he just really good at customer service? And we can say this as people who work in customer service, because we know that sometimes you have to be and this is for anyone who deals with customer service, they're trying to be as nice as possible while enforcing their rules and meeting in the middle. So is Calypso just kind of meeting people in the middle?
Did you just call yourself Calypso, kind of?
No, because I'm not evil. I'm a very good customer service manager.
Yeah, you just said he was a customer service person. He's following his rules.
Hey, who's the best at talking to customers at our business?
Yeah, it's a great question.
It's me.
I'm not giving you the satisfaction of
It's
the answer.
me. No, it's definitely me. I'm the one that everyone goes to when they need good calls. So I'm okay. Maybe a little bit Calypso.
Okay. Calypso.
I grant people's wishes, and I'm like, I bet she didn't wish for this, but it's what's going on.
A rep hits you up. Can I have Wednesday off? You could have Wednesday off, but now you work Saturday.
You can work Wednesday, or you can have Wednesday off because you're fired. Okay, I swear I don't do that. And if any of my employees find this show, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Forwarding this to all your reps.
All right, let's move on here. So on that same subject, this is the deep question. Why is it that people drink alcohol?
Forget their pain?
What about controlling themselves or controlling their situation or feeling like they
An escape?
escape?
Liquid courage?
Liquid courage? Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Yeah, no. I think that the wishes in Twisted Metal are kind of like
Alcohol?
an allegory to alcohol, which is that, like,
It's a quick escape from reality.
here's the things that alcohol can provide you. All of it was a lie.
Yeah. Because what? John wants the walls down. No, John wanted his sister back.
John wanted his sister back and took the
Quiet
wish
wanted
from
the walls
Quiet.
taken down.
Stu wanted to live up in space.
Stu wanted... No.
I'm sorry. Stu wanted to be safe, and instead he went up to space.
Yep.
Raven wanted...
her sister back.
No, I think it was her girlfriend.
Girlfriend, sister, something like that.
What were some of the other wishes?
Raven definitely drives a Subaru.
You drive a Subaru.
Shut up.
I think that's all the wishes we really know about, right?
Dude, I don't know if we learned Sweet Tooth. What if it was he wanted Harold?
Oh, let's take a pit stop on Harold real quick. The reveal, and again, I'm sorry if you have not seen the show and if you're disappointed about all these spoilers, but again, we warned you. The reveal that when, like, it shows Sweet Tooth's perspective and Harold, which is literally just a paper bag with eyes drawn on it, is a person in his mind, and then everyone else's paper bags is incredible.
Yeah.
It's so good because, you're this entire time you're like, okay, he's talking to Harold. Like, does he realize that he's a paper bag? And then you all of a sudden are like, oh my God, he
thinks everybody else is a paper bag.
Yeah. And so, super interesting. But yeah, so alcohol, again, it offers all these things. It offers relief, control, escape, confidence. Just like the wishes in Calypso, they give you all these things, but at the end of the day, you're not going to get what you ask for. You might go out. We went out downtown Phoenix, having a great time. We think that we're having these deep conversations. You wake up and you're like, they really weren't that deep of conversations. They were just kind of us chatting. You go out, you're nervous, you start drinking. Maybe you do something that's slick, and then you wake up and you're like, that wasn't very slick, was it?
Just like wishing that your sister would come back when you told your girlfriend that you would actually wish for the balls to come down.
Yeah.
Yep.
John and Quiet had to have a talk about that.
They really
did. It works briefly, then it costs you more than you planned.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Twisted Metal isn't really about cars or violence, though that is the driver, if you will, of everything. It's about people chasing a feeling and being shocked when it doesn't last.
Yep. I feel like that's a perfect way to summarize it.
That is.
It's everything that they want that they can't have.
In a world of fire, bullets, and screaming engines, someone still has to deliver calcium. We are the Milkmen. Pasteurized, fortified, armed.
Whole milk, 2%. Whatever keeps your bones from shattering when the world punches you.
You don't run the apocalypse on hope. You run it on strong bones and fear. Our trucks are reinforced. Our routes are non-negotiable.
Did you know milk helps reduce stress?
We did not. If you hear the engines, it's already too late. Drink your milk. Grow strong. Survive. The Milkmen. We always deliver. All right, so I have a question for you.
Okay.
If Calypso granted your wish, how would it ruin your life?
You know, that's a great question. I feel like I would get really bored with life, and I'd probably go insane and kill myself.
Jesus Christ.
But I'm more curious what the audience thinks about.
I'm curious too, because mine is like depressing, where I'm like, I would just wish for like happiness with my family, and like I feel like he would like grant that where it'd be like so much happiness that like we would just hate each other by the end of it, and then it would just like slowly like tear apart my life. So
Dude, mine was financial freedom, and I think that also means like more money, more problems.
Yeah.
Where now I got like people trying to kill me and shit, and I'm just
You
like,
want-
I'm
no,
single,
100%.
sad. I'm on top of my penthouse in Vegas, like on a crazy coke bender or something. I'm like, that's it. I'm gonna kill myself.
go seek help if you need it. Oh, jeez.
Or go seek Vegas.
Or go to Vegas. Vegas is great. So we have a little bit of an adjustment. So we are going to focus a little bit more on like TikToks and Instagram posts just to try to get the word out about the podcast. So we're going to do something a little bit different. So 2 weeks after this episode releases, we're going to do just like a short episode, maybe 5-10 minutes max. Just a short one, just to see how everyone's doing. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll do another regularly scheduled episode.
Oh, nope. Go for it. I was going to tease the episode.
No, go ahead, tease it. You think Hunter's good at voices on all these other shows? You just wait.
But, Mom, I got to go to the store to buy some Pokemon.
Yeah, that's right. We're doing South Park. I actually have never seen a full episode of South Park, so...
Dude, now I'm going to have to send you like key episodes. I wish I was kidding. I've probably seen every single episode at least 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
All the new ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Every
did
single
not know
episode.
you were that much of a South Park fan.
Dude, it's like the comfort show. Like I put on the background while cleaning and all that.
That was
so-
like Family Guy to me. You know what's, as a side note, this is like the first episode in a long time that we've done where like we're completely on the same page with what we're talking about with Twisted Metal. Everything else, it's been like
one person wasn't way above than the other. Yeah.
So this one we're like on the same page. I mean, granted, you did play the game, but like
I was like 6.
yeah. So
Yeah.
So anyways, we're going back to where one of us has like little to no idea. But I mean, I've seen all the things. Like I mean, South Park is South Park. It's like
Yeah.
It's like
I'll send you the specific episodes to watch because there's some good ones, but like, yeah.
yeah. So a month.
Or they can also comment on this episode of the podcast and let us know which episodes to watch. To talk about.
Great idea. Yes. So comment, go on Instagram, tell us which episodes you want me to watch that give me the full South Park experience. And to be transparent, the reason that I've never really watched it is because the voices are crazy. But
Nah.
I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying that's kind of like the turnoff for me is they're so silly.
Don't forget to bring a tile.
Well, now you just sound like the pervert from Herbert the pervert from Family Guy.
Oh, that's a lot like this, Chris.
Yeah, come down to my bed. Oh, you sexy son of a bitch. So, yeah, 2 weeks from now, quick episode just to say hi. And then a month after this episode, we'll be talking about South Park. Then in the meantime, we're going to be putting out a lot more TikToks, probably a lot of commercials, silly stuff. So make sure you're going on there, liking, follow us, Instagram, check out videos of making drinks and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, just trying to expand the show. Also, as another tease, working on hopefully getting a live show at Phoenix Fan Fusion in June. So
announcing that now, huh?
I'm hoping. I can't guarantee it, but it's a good track.
Yeah, it's in the books.
Yeah, I work there, so I feel like I at least know the people that will help us to do that. So
a higher chance.
Yeah, higher chance.
Higher chance.
And on that note,
have fun in the apocalypse.
Twisted Metal out.